Hello everyone and welcome to our data structure and algorithm series. I am Dr. Mangesh Joshi from Department of Mechanical Engineering. In today's lecture, we will explore selection sort, which is another simple and beginner-friendly sorting algorithm. It's useful for understanding how sorting can be done through repeated selection of minimum element. So let us start with the selection sort. So what exactly is selection sort? So it is a comparison based sorting algorithm that works by repeatedly selecting the smallest or largest element from the unsorted part and places it at the beginning depending on the condition. So think of it like this. Imagine you have hand of cards. You repeatedly look for smallest card, take it out and place it at the beginning of new sorted pile. So you may be having 1, 4, something 1, 4, then 7, or say starting with 8. So what you will do, you will identify the minimum element, right? And if you want to sort it in ascending order, so you will place it at this location, that is first location, and this will be swapped like this. So in this way the selection sort works. So but this is just a basic introduction to this selection sort. Let us understand step by step how it works. So how selection sort works, step by step explanation. So while developing logic, first you have to find the minimum value in the unsorted part of the array. Then swap it with the first unsorted element. Move the boundary. Now as you have moved this element here, your boundary now will be only this much, right? So that's why move the boundary between sorted and unsorted one step forward. Repeat until the entire array is sorted. Now let us understand this with a simple example to make it very clear. Now suppose we have the list 7, 12, 9, 11 and 3. So your first task is to find the smallest value in this array. So you will run the code to find out, or you can run the function to return the smallest value in the array. We have seen this in programming for problem solving. So once minimum element is identified and its corresponding index is identified, swap it with the first element, right? So this will come here and this will go here. So after swapping it, the array will look like this. Now look at the rest of the array. Now we have reduced the boundary of uh, this array by 1 because 3 element is already in sorted order as we have identified the minimum value. Now remaining unsorted array is only this much. Now identify next smallest element, which is 7. Now this will go here on the second position and again this will go at last position, right? So after doing it, the array will look like this. 3, 7 is now the sorted part and unsorted part is 9, 11 and 12. So again we will identify this and it is already at the correct position, so no swap is needed. Then this is sorted portion, this is unsorted portion. Again, minimum element is 11. It is also at the correct place. So this gives you the sorted array. So in this way, the selection sort works. To implement the selection sort in programming language, we need an array containing elements to be sorted, an outer loop that tracks the correct index of the sorted portion. So for example, when it is not sorted, right? So current index here was 0. Once you perform the swap operation, this 0 will be incremented and now index will be 1. Similarly, once again you perform swap operation, index will be 2, right? Likewise. So outer loop that tracks the current index of the sorted portion. Inner loop that finds the index of minimum element. So inner loop, the purpose of inner loop is nothing but inner loop means for loop. So purpose of inner for loop is to find the minimum element in unsorted portion of the array. Fourth, a swap operation to place the minimum at its correct position. So correct position is indicated by the current index, right? So in this way, you can code the selection sort algorithm. Let us quickly see how selection sort can be programmed. So again, similar to bubble sort, one array is there, 29, 10, 14, 37, 13 are the elements of that array. Then this will determine the number of elements in the array, which is 5. Then these are the variables. This block of statements will print the original array, that is existing array, before sorting. This is the outer loop for tracking the current index of sorted portion. This is inner loop that finds the index of minimum element. So you can see that there is if statement to compare each element of the array with the current element. So it gives you the index of minimum element in the array. So this block of statement will swap if new minimum is found. So if the new value is lesser than the current minimum value, it will swap. Otherwise, it will not swap. And finally, this will print the sorted array after sorting. So you can just type this code in C compiler and you can understand how this selection sort works. So similar to this, it also has pros and cons. Again, it is simple and easy to understand. You can visualize how it works. It performs fewer swaps than bubble sort. What are the cons, disadvantages? Still inefficient on large data sets. Not adaptive, performs same number of comparisons regardless of initial order. And it is not stable, which means equal elements might not retain their original order unless we modify the algorithm, right? So that's all for today's lecture on selection sort. I hope the concept and implementation part of selection sort is now clear to you. Now remember, while selection sort is not the most efficient for large datasets, it is a great tool to learn the fundamentals of this sorting algorithms. In upcoming lectures, we will move on to more advanced and efficient algorithms like say insertion sort, merge sort, or quick sort and heap sort. So thank you for watching and feel free to reach out if you have any questions. If you are liking this video lecture series, you can subscribe for more videos. Thank you and have a nice day.